Good day, everyone. Welcome to Newsology, a political channel that talks about politics. I implore you to please join me as we'll be having this great discussion about what is trending. So, one of the biggest news we have is the story about Floyd Shivambu. So, you know that it is during Easter, whereby people they're attending different churches. So, Floyd decided to go to Malawi and attend a church of Bhushiri. And you remember, Bhushiri is a fugitive who is wanted here in South Africa. So this has received a lot of a backlash. Coming from the MK party, they have issued a letter directed to Floyd Shivambu. So I will be reading that letter because it seems like Floyd has landed himself in trouble with the political party. So other comrades as well, or other opposition comrades like Herman Mashaba have responded. Sihlelonzi of the EFF has responded, and some of them, they are so not happy with Floyd. They are calling him out because remember that this guy is the most wanted person in South Africa. So that is why we end up having that backlash. Please join me. My name is Sabelo Agazuma Omsholuzi, and I say let us have this political chat, right, and see what is happening, right. Let me just mention this in passing. We're just going to go to their X tweets and see what is really happening there, because even the EFF president, the CIC Julius Malema, responded about this matter. So it seems like this matter has caught a lot of attention, while many political parties and many political leaders have been attending different churches. So no one is speaking about that on who went where, but now Floyd has become the topic of the town. Able to know on a content ngempela. So this is what he wrote on his official X platform account, Floyd Shivambu. Thank you, my brother, Prophet Bhushiri, for hosting us and for the kind words. The government scale amount of work you do to economically, educationally, and socially and spiritually uplift our people is unparalleled now and in history. I know that the leadership and people of Malawi show you support. And Shepherd Bhushiri wrote, Comrade Floyd Shivambu. So one thing you need to understand is that this relationship that Floyd have with Bhushiri started long ago while he was still in the leadership of the EFF. So him and Julius Malema used to visit Bhushiri in his church. So this is not the first time. It shows that they have that personal relationship with Bhushiri. So this came now and brought in a lot of argument, especially on social platforms. But people were accusing Floyd Shivambu, saying, this man has a fallout with Ndlozi. There was an argument with Ndlozi. Now we are going to him. Are you betraying Ndlozi? And so forth and so forth. So people spoke a lot of things, accusing Floyd of a lot of things. But one thing I want to address is that people must remember that your enemy is not by default now my enemy, and my enemy is not your enemy, right? So it's something like that you will attend any church, he has that freedom. We can't block him or maybe tell him what to do. He has his right to do whatever that now he likes, right? But seems like the MK party were not happy about this position, his position of visiting especially Bhushiri. So Julius Malema wrote this on his official X platform account, Advovo. I think you guys are unfair on Bhushiri and will do a thread on Sunday to give reason why I think you are unreasonable. I won't deal with his criminal case, but rather issues of spirituality. So Julius Malema says that, no, I don't want to argue about the law, about him breaking the law and his criminal activities, but what is important is to focus on the spiritual side. And he said that written to Advovo, saying that it's not unfair to criticize the man, but he'll give his reasons into time. That is the position of Julius Malema. So Others have said, like Herman Mashaba said this, this is a deep insult to law-abiding citizens of South Africa. How at Floyd Shivambu do you justify your association with fugitives? So Herman Mashaba has came in and attacked Floyd Shivambu to say that you are associating yourself with criminals, the most wanted. And you know, Sihlalonzi said something very interesting now, and he added on the tweet saying that Gubi just wrote that and posted Gwede Mantashe saying this.
Floyd, Gubi ba. Okay. Simtin. Mbuyiseni. Bakuni. Simsuze kuye. Gubi kulande bakuni.
Gwede Mantashe saying Gubi pa alande no Floyd, Gubi pa, because now his party now, I don't know what will happen. This letter is very rebuking. It's not a very nice, sweet letter. It's calling him out like that. According to the letter, what not will be there not far from now. So very interestingly, this position of Bhushiri has now become one of the most debated and controversial story of all time. Remember that this man, as he was here, he was charged with money laundering and other criminal activities that he was maybe doing there in his church. And you know, when the state opened this case, or the NPA opened this case against him, now he was not now to go to other countries or to run away. He needed to be here, remain here, and face whatsoever that he's charged with. But now he decided to what? To flee and run away. And you know how he took off? This man, there's now this rumor that the Malawian president himself came in to what? To fetch him. Malawi Observer on the 14th November 2020, exclusive, how Malawian President Lazarus Chakwera smuggled Bhushiri from South Africa by Malawi Observer, 14 November 2020. This was dated. So the president of Malawi came in here, Chakwera, as a visit. He claimed to say he's visiting the president, Ramaphosa, but not knowing that when he will be going back now with his private jet, he will be having Bhushiri back with him, right? And Bhushiri, that is how he became a fugitive, because he ran away now to face all the charges that the state had against him. So now many people feel as if now this was an injustice on the part of his side, especially being the leader of the church. He needs to show that he's a credible man and come back and face all the charges that he had here in South Africa, to an extent that the likes of Mbuyiseni called him out to say that this man is fake and this man has been looting and doing corruption and using the name of God, and say that this man even performs fake miracles. How can you claim that you are flying? Remember this video that was trending of Bhushiri claiming to walk in the mid-air? Do you remember? Here. Then for me, I don't know if you are a Bhushiri follower, but for me, this was just something else. You know, to see a person claiming to be walking in the mid-air, it is something else. In his house, in his stairs, seems like he was carried by unseen people on the video, because when you bring closer the camera to his feet or to him and claim to be walking in the mid-air, he only does that when he's there in his house, not in the church or in the public space. So to me, that was very staged, and for that as an outcome, so I will not take him. I will take the position of what Mr. said about him, to say that he had showed to perform fake miracles. So it cannot be in any way a representative of God, according to Mbuyiseni, right? In which I agree with him, because if you are now acting fake, it means you are not genuine. That is my take. I so fully believe that that was a stage. Even others claim that there were footsteps that were heard when they let him go now, or when they before they just show the sides where he was in that house. There were footsteps of the people, and there were shadow to show that the people came and carried him, or so, was grabbing something or a steel bar or something there, and claimed to be. And the cameraman was just mad about everything, and just went in closer and zoomed in with the camera. So this was just staged. Especially the camera, you can manipulate the camera for your own desires and purposes. So I don't believe it. I totally reject it and understand Mbuyiseni Ndlozi's position. So let us look at the letter of what the MK party wrote to Floyd Shivambu here. Media statement, 19 April 2025. UMkhoto Wesizwe party distances itself from Secretary General's visit to Shepherd Bhushiri's church. The UMkhoto Wesizwe party, MK party, wishes to categorically distance itself from the recent visit by our Secretary General to the enlightened Christian gathering, church led by self-proclaimed Prophet Shepherd Bhushiri in Malawi. The party wishes to make it unequivocally clear that this visit was not sanctioned, endorsed, or initiated by the leadership or any official structure of the MK party. The Secretary General undertook this visit in his personal capacity and without the mandate or knowledge of the party. The UMkhoto Wesizwe party upholds the rule of law and maintains a zero-tolerance stance on criminality in all its forms. When in an unprecedented case, President Zuma was sent to prison without trial under Roman Dutch law, he did not flee from justice but was incarcerated and served his term. He did not flee from justice, but was incarcerated and served his time, even though it was a miscarriage of justice and violation of his human rights. We remain firmly opposed to any association with individuals who are fugitives from justice. Our values are rooted in integrity, justice, and accountability, and we reject any actions that compromises the reputation and ethical standing of our movement. Furthermore, the MK party strongly condemns all forms of gender-based violence and exploitation of vulnerable communities, especially innocent Christian believers, by individuals who manipulate faith for personal enrichment or to evade justice. Our party stands with the victims of such exploitations and will never align itself with those who use religion as a shield to defraud, abuse, and mislead the public. They reiterate our commitment to ethical leadership and the principles of justice, and we call on all members and the representative of the MK party to act in a manner that reflects the highest standard of responsibility and accountability. So that is the letter that the MK party sent to Floyd. It was a stern rebuke, though. It was calling him out to say that the party does not support this position. It may be an innocent act from Floyd, since it was Easter. People are attending different churches, but now the MK party is distancing themselves to this and say that they have nothing to do with people who are wanted here in South Africa, because they have defrauded, they have done injustices, and they need to come back and answer for their corruption. So the MK party's position against Bhushiri is that he is the most wanted. They want him back to South Africa so that he will answer like that. So what will now happen? So Floyd Shivambu has not yet responded to this, and yeah, let's hope that maybe soon he will respond, and we'll hear from what the SG of UMkhoto Wesizwe had to say for himself, since now his political party is also involved in this visit that he has made to Malawi. So that is what all we have for today. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and you can leave a comment on the section below, and don't forget to press the button until we meet on the next video. And I'm bowing out.